Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Gran Canaria, Football Uncensored Podcast. Alan Hudson, along with myself, Don Shanks. We're here to talk about the Premier League. We'd normally be, as you know, in London in the Grosvenor Gloucester Road Casino, but unfortunately now with lockdown, everywhere's closed until hopefully 2nd, 3rd of December for reopening. But if you do fancy a bet, you can go on to the Grosvenor Casino Sports.com and have a little wager there. We spoke about
wages.
Wages?
Wages.
Well, yeah, wages. Yeah, that'd be nice. Good news today. You all heard, no doubt. The pay-per-view's gone. What did we say 2 months ago? What did all football fans say 2 months ago? Who are the people responsible for putting this out there and at this time where everyone's struggling to put it out there and have the audacity to ask for 15 quid?
Well, someone upstairs at last has listened, didn't they? I mean, it was just horrendous, wasn't it? At a time when the country was on its knees, it's still on its knees, and they're still trying to rape the public with this.
But you have come to your senses. Thanks very much. You're giving the fans the football back, and you don't have to worry about having to pay the 15 quid. So that's great news. Premier League games this week, Al. If someone told me Leicester would be top of the league and Tottenham second right now after 8 games, you think they'd be on some form of medication?
Well, absolutely. Plus the fact, you know, the bookmakers are still making Man City 6-4 favourites, which is, I don't know who's laying the odds, but
well, it's like the bookies all of a sudden don't really know which way to go. Some are in the camp of Man City 6-4, some are in the camp of Liverpool 13-8, 7-4. But now you've got Chelsea in the equation. You know, I put up early doors as I thought would be a live runner. They're your third favourites, 8-10-1 chances.
Chelsea got a magnificent chance if they can just sort their double centre halves out. I think they got a magnificent chance of winning the league. I really do. I think they're.
Did you hear that, Chelsea fans? Uddy said you got a real big chance of winning the league.
Yeah.
Oh, smile out. Come on.
I was only thinking about it in a financial way, but no. I mean, he's proved. I think you can see the change in Frank's face over the last couple of days. He looks like a man who's really happy in his job now, whereas a month ago he wasn't. I think he pulled a rabbit out of the hat with the goalkeeper. That's saved them a lot of goals, saved them a lot of mistakes at the back.
Well, it looks like the defence have got a lot more confidence. Like, you know, we've all played when we got a keeper that's having a bad time. You don't want to pass it back to him. You don't want him to do anything that's going to make it worse for him. And I think Chelsea were in that sort of groove early on in the season where they just felt, well, we just got to get this out of here. But they're playing back to the keeper and then he's pushing one in, it's getting intercepted, and it was just bad goal after bad goal. So I think this guy, as you say, he's got a bit of stability back there, and they, Chilwell, Silva, they seem to have really tightened it up back there. Well, I think it's 4 clean sheets out the last 5.
No, but yeah. I think they've conceded 1 in 5 games. That was against Sheffield United. But if you look back when we watched the West Brom game, the horrendous mistake that Silva made at the back, it slipped.
That was his first game, I think.
That was his first game, but
we've all done one of them now and then.
I've never done.
You've never been back.
I've never done anything like that.
No,
but of course not. I've never made a mistake. But no, all I'm trying to say is that's not really they brought him in to get some stability at the back. And it just so happened that he was the one that made the rick, and it was. But then you watch him score the header last week.
I think he's settled in now. Well, we know we don't like using that word because we feel they should do it maybe right away, but it does take sort of time. But another big plus for Chelsea is they're actually the leading goal scorers in the Premier League as we stand. 20 goals this season too. So they started off with bad defence, but they've still scored 20 goals.
Yeah, that was a problem. We spoke about it before. There's a lot of goals going in at both ends, but now they put a stop to that. You know, by bringing this goalkeeper in. It was like before when they had a problem and they brought the best goalie in the world and they brought Peter Cech in, and he done that. Like Manchester United, the points at Michael.
He put his boots back on the other week, didn't he, Peter Cech?
Yes, he did.
He might be one of the,
So wonder he didn't ask you to clean
late
him.
replacement. Yeah,
You've done Johnny Haynes.
Yeah, checkmate.
Done Johnny Haynes.
Checkmate there. So, Leicester go to Liverpool. this week.
Yeah.
Huge game. Salah's got COVID. Trent Alexander looks like hamstring. Gomez is out for 3-4 months. Van Dijk for the season. Henderson got a bit of a injury problem as well. Like, that's 50% of their team. Their starting lineup, 50% won't be playing. Leicester are top of the league. Liverpool third. Jamie Vardy's on fire, even if he's coming on subs and it's only penalties. He's got 9 goals. I can see Leicester having a fun day there.
Well, the kid that scored the goal for Belgium now, Tillman.
Tillman.
Tillman, he's a good player. They got good players all over the pitch. I just love the way his team play, Brendan Rodgers. I love they play with freedom.
Last year back end they were unlucky. They probably were certainties to qualify for Europe, and somehow they lost their way the last 6-7 games.
Yeah.
You know, whether it's all the accumulation of the COVID, the fans not being there, just everything went flat. They seem to have got it back.
Well, we see it happen to Liverpool, didn't we? A couple of years before, they looked like home and hose, and then they went to Palace. They were 3-0 up and threw the lead away and lost the championship. Teams do crack up at the end sometimes, but they learn from it.
And what I'm saying, they won the league 3 years before that, so they've been there and done it.
For them to win the league twice in 10 years would be the biggest.
On the Foxes.
Oh, quite so. I'd love to see him do it. I
would.
I really
it's
would.
Horrible with the helicopter crash and losing some
Yeah.
great people. It would be really, really nice. And obviously, Jamie Vardy, how long can he keep going on for? He's 33, 34, whatever. It'd be nice for him to get another championship.
Well, I think it just makes a mockery of this, how you keep players fit, because I know the way Rodgers talks about him. He keeps him wrapped up in cotton wool. He trains when he wants and does this. He's like the great manager of the past. It's all about what you do in a match, not what you do in the week training on the training ground. And Jamie Vardy can do what he wants because he's a goal machine.
They can talk about any player in the Premier League, but Jamie Vardy is inspirational for everyone to watch. He gives it everything. He chases them down.
Especially
he
in the lower
scores the
leagues,
goals. And he's English.
Yeah.
Get him in the international team again.
Tell you what he reminds me of. He's the closest thing to Ian Rush I've ever seen.
Okay.
Ian Rush, he just plays for the team. He don't stop. Even he's not one of those strikers that when he's not scoring, he stands around. He's chasing back. He's directing people. He's the man. He's a winner.
You see, the good thing I think about Leicester, Vardy, me being a defender. Sorry, John Sitton, you're not with us today. We do apologise. We haven't mentioned you just yet.
Sorry about the song, John.
Yeah, Big Bad John.
Big John.
But John would know the same as me. When you know what someone's going to do, but you can't stop them, you're going to have a bad day at the office. Every team who play Leicester know how they're set up, know what they're trying to do. They've got poor stats in possession and build up, but then boom, they're straight for the juggler. And it's successful, it works for them.
Yeah.
So as you say, I think Brendan Rodgers must take a lot of credit for that.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, when his team won 9-0 last season, I remember seeing him the day after, and he had a big beam all over his face, and as if they were going places. And I thought they might do. They beat Southampton, and then done the thing themselves. But no, this Leicester, I think the word's vibrant, and they are so vibrant. They just get the ball, and they're fearless. They're the opposite of the teams down the bottom who are,
Well, when they went to Arsenal, and all of a sudden they opened up, and they looked impressive.
Yeah, no, they're a good side, and they could easily win them.
Should we give it the?
Absolutely.
Right, big game. Tottenham, Man City. Are Man City gone?
They haven't completely gone, but they're stuttering, aren't they? They're stuttering big time.
They're getting too easy to play against defensively. Come on, Bale. Come on, Kane. Come on, Song. It's going to be a big day for those three.
Well, Tottenham are right up there, second. There is no better time in the Premier League than right now to play Manchester City. This is a time. And if they can't beat them, I mean, if Tottenham can, they'll be making a statement tomorrow. If Tottenham win.
I mean, Man City have only got 12 points. Yes, they do have a game in hand, but it's just the way they're playing now, you know.
Yeah, they're not impressive at all.
I think Mourinho will have the game plan sorted out tomorrow.
He'll absolutely. He'll know exactly how to play. He will stop Man City from the word go. He will close them down all over the field, and then hope that they can hit them with Son, Harry.
They won't be able to stop Kane if Kane starts. You know, the A game tomorrow, which he normally brings.
Again, he's the ace in the pack, isn't he? I'm still, the jury's still out about Gareth Bale, but if he's going to come good, he better come good quickly. Otherwise,
well, he's not going to get a bigger game than tomorrow, is he?
No, no, he's not.
He's disappointing with Wales during the week.
We had a big game. That was a big game for Wales in the week against Ireland. It was poor. Donny was poor, and he was captain. It was quite.
But it is difficult. If you're not ready, fully fit, and this game, it's so intense.
He should be fit. He does enough walking around that golf course.
Well, he's not, is he? Obviously, he's not sharp fit. He might be fit. You know, there's a difference between that little change of gears as opposed to the grind. At the moment, he seems to have the grind and not the sharpness.
Well,
but that will come.
The difference is, he said that 2 days ago, he told the media now he's got his passion back for playing football.
Right.
So he lost it. So if he lost his passion and he didn't want to play, he shouldn't have been paid. He should go back to the golf course and go away from football. But don't say all of a sudden I want to play again. You know.
Yeah, good point.
No, it doesn't. It don't make sense. Not when you're earning that much money.
But I think what was happening in Real Madrid, I mean, obviously it looked like it'd been frozen out in the cold. You know the story when you've been at Chelsea putting the reserves. It's not a nice feeling. You just get pissed off with everything that's going on.
Well, I wouldn't have got pissed
off.
But
for $250,000 a week, maybe you could stand it.
That's the difference.
You know,
that's the difference, yeah.
How would you spend that type of money?
I'd have found a way. And I suppose I'd have been meeting up with you every day to do
Well, that's right. We'd have put a bit more weight on by then. At the bottom of the Premier League, we get away from Tottenham. Sheffield United at the bottom. I mean, can they get out of this? Burnley obviously got a game in hand. They're second from bottom. Then you got West Brom, the Baggies, and Fulham, and then Brighton are on 6 points. Now the next team down there are on 10. If these boys have a bad day at the office tomorrow, and the 10-point teams happen to win, you know, you're going to have 9 games gone, and before you know there'd be a 7-point gap to the bottom 5. That is an enormous gap at this time of the year.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like 7 points. I couldn't see Sheffield United catching up 7 points. Burnley, we like Sean Dyche. We know he's done a fantastic job, but his hands have been tied. He's had no money. He can't do this, that and the other. And how long can you go on like that?
Well, I keep waiting for them to change, and they don't seem to be changing.
You can't see him putting a run together, can you? That's what you've got to do down there.
Well, they don't look like scoring, Don. That's a worrying thing about it all. And you know, they got Wood up front, he's a regular goal scorer. Barnes is a good player. He doesn't look quite fit, but yeah, they got players that can. And I don't know why they're not playing Rodriguez. I really don't know why.
I don't know if he's got injured, maybe.
Well, he was sub last week, but
all right.
I don't get that part of it. But Sean Dyche knows best. No, there's a lot of trouble at the bottom.
I mean, Brighton have got 6 points, and I think Brighton actually quite a good little football team. I think they've been playing good football. I see them with 6 points. I think they play Villa tomorrow.
They got a tough game at Villa tomorrow.
You know, I think Brighton, could score up there. That's the sort of both teams to score number for me.
Yeah,
but Brighton are a lot better, I think, than their position shows. 5th from bottom, 6 points. I can see them climbing. I can't really see West Brom. Fulham, I know will come back into it. Burnley, Sheffield United are in big trouble right now. It's going to be a dogfight back there. Even at this early stage, it looks as though a pattern's beginning to emerge.
Yeah, no, it looks they look in big trouble, don't they? It's not as if they're clubs with a lot of money can buy their way out of it in the January window. But as you say, Southampton, they're going to be in it because they've got a really tough game tomorrow. Jack.
They're at Wolves on Monday night, I think, Southampton, aren't they?
Oh, they are.
I believe they play Wolves. I
Yeah,
mean, there's some games tomorrow, for instance, like we normally have a go at Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. We did give him a boost last week, saying that he's actually seems to have turned the corner a little bit. Home to West Brom tomorrow. Will that be normal service resumed?
Well, I don't know. I'm still not convinced about Manchester United.
No, I'm not. But like, you know, they're playing West Brom, and you've got to think, you know, you've got chances of scoring goals against them, and you know, it'll be a big game for them to get the 3 points and get up there.
Our friend Michael's just come across and said that the news is coming on with so many players have come back with COVID, so you don't know what teams are going to be playing. We haven't heard anything wrong at Wolves. I think they'll have a very strong team out. I think they'll get back into the picture this weekend on Monday night.
Yeah, they faltered a little bit, haven't they? I mean, I'm
well,
not certain.
I think they've gone under the radar.
But Traore isn't coming on bursting and playing well. You know, he's looking a little bit ordinary now. I don't know why.
Don, they've still been playing well. Trust me, they've been playing well. They haven't. You know, Tottenham haven't been playing well, but they're second. You know, Chelsea seem to have had a poor start, yet they're third.
I know.
It's just
like
a crazy season.
It is, yeah.
You know. I still think I still got I've got big feeling that Chelsea could win it, and I still think, I said at the beginning that the Wolves would be in the top four, and I still do. I think they're going to improve.
And obviously, Mr. Arteta at Arsenal, he's beginning to find it tough down there, or the players, you know, whatever happened to him the other week. When the Villa ripped them to shreds.
Yes, I don't see Arsenal having.
Are they going to bounce back? Who they play tomorrow? They're at Leeds United.
Yeah, that'd be one.
Now Leeds have fallen by the wayside as well.
Well, they have. They've
conceding a lot of goals.
It's been so. Teams are doing that, aren't they? They're having a couple of wins and then they're falling away.
It is a bit of a nightmare for all you gamblers out there trying to come up with something to make a couple of quid.
But going down,
you've got to be careful gambling at the moment on football.
Going back to Wolves, I got a message from my old mate, and you know Kenny Hibbett.
All right,
He
yes.
played at Wolves in the 70s, and I sent him a message saying things must be really exciting up there at Wolves at the moment with all these Portuguese people in in the Black Country, and he replied saying it's so exciting. He said the owners are fantastic. They're moving forward. They're moving forward, and that's all you want to hear. You know, other teams that get stagnant, don't they? You know,
yeah.
Manchester United can spend all this money but don't seem to go anywhere.
Sure.
You know, buying the Pogbas and all this, and they don't seem to be getting any better. But Wolves, with this Nuno, the manager, mate, he's saying that they are really building on what they got, and they're the team.
It's a shame they had to sell Jota.
Absolutely.
You know, I mean, he's been sensational at Liverpool. Imagine having him there as well.
Yeah, but but I got a funny feeling that
they must have felt they had someone.
They had somebody. There was a good reason for him leaving. I don't think they wanted to get rid of him by any strength,
Yeah.
But no, I think we, because we didn't talk about Wolves at the beginning of the show, so I think Wolves will be up there.
Okay. Well, it's charity bets time. I'd like to thank SFI, Sport Fund Initiative, Colin Howe and his group.
Cheers, Colin.
Yep. It's only a little £20 free bet. It goes to charity. At this moment in time, John Sitton's not with us, but he's actually showing a profit. I'm showing a small profit. So, Addy, it's your time, sir.
I told you this is our week.
It's our week, so it is. So, Alan's got both teams to win. You've gone for the Villa. Wolves to win on Monday night.
Yep. I fancy, but the two Midlands team, I'm going to leave Stoke out because a new friend of mine, keeps giving Tony pull his stick, and I won't put them in.
Why don't you mentioned Philip. He's a nice guy. Stoke fan.
Philip,
from the Potteries.
I believe his name's Butterworth.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah, he's
a good guy. We like you, Phil. Don't worry. We understand. Everyone's got an opinion. That's Phil's. We'll accept that. My charity bets this week: Newcastle, Tottenham, and Villa. A treble. Both teams to score in them games.
You're back in
Newcastle, Chelsea, Tottenham, Man City, and Villa, Brighton.
Brave.
Very brave. So from me, Don, from Alan, you guys back home, stay safe. Hope you enjoyed the show. Hope your team put a good performance in tomorrow. And don't forget, have a couple of beers. Enjoy.